Hello, my name is Jovel Gaither and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today on my YouTube channel, I'm going to bring you guys along on a process of me making these amazing bowler bags. And I've been wanting to make bowler bags for quite some time now, and I finally got around to doing it and it came out really dope. So I'm going to go ahead and show the bag and talk about it. So let's do that. So this is the bag that I make in this video, and it is so freaking dope and definitely one of my more bigger bags that I've made. And it's just so cool from the front to the back to the bottom to the side to the freaking, I don't know, just to the everything. Like, it's just so dope. So this bag is made of two different textiles, 100% cotton canvas, which is all the color pieces, and then the medium blue denim, which is also 100% cotton as well. So we have orange, red, yellow, blue, and I did this really cool curved swirly type design that kind of transfer over onto the pocket as well, which is like a 3D gusset pocket. So dope. And then it also has this really cool orange overlaying panel piece right there. I did a contrasting yellow piping, which pops so amazing on this. I love the piping on here. And then for the bottom, I did a yellow bottom support with 5 purse feet, and all the hardware on this bag is an antique brass. And I also added on this really cool detail. It's like a rolled handle connector, because I've noticed with bags that I've done in the past that had rolled handles, that if you don't have this little piece, they kind of just flop all over the place, and it's kind of annoying when when you're trying to hold it, set it down, all that stuff. So I added this little piece made out of canvas, and it is a magnetic snap. You can take it on or off, and it's really cool. I also did an adjustable strap you can take off or leave on as well. And this bag is just so dope. I call it the bowler baby bag, and it's cool because it is a bowler bag, but this bag the design was really inspired by my inner child, who always aspired to be an artist and just live out his life as a creative. So you can kind of feel that through this piece with the colorful colors and just really playful, creative artistry vibe that this bag gives me. So I love this design. It's so dope. And if you do want to stick around and watch me make this bag in this video, I made 2 of them, but the other one didn't come out as well. That one's not even going to be sold, so I'm just gonna act like I didn't make that one in this video. But I made 2 of them. If you do want to stick around and watch me make them, please do make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and let's get into the video. Alright, so today is Tuesday. It is currently March 7th, and I'm going to start pre-production today. So that means cutting out all of my fabric, interfacing, all of that good stuff. And I'm probably going to be doing that up until tomorrow. Tomorrow might be the last day of me doing that. So I already did my test piece, already did all that, pattern made, all that good stuff. So I'm going to show y'all kind of the sketch that I drew up, just kind of so y'all can see like the ideal vision for what I have for this piece. And I already tested pattern as well, so after I show the sketch, I'll show the test piece. So I'm gonna show y'all the sketch, and yeah. So this is the sketch that I did. I freaking love this design so much. It is so dope. So it has the really cool colorful like curve type design, and I love doing this like wonky curved look. I don't even know what to call it. It's just like my thing. I do this a lot, and I don't know why. I'm just really drawn to that look. And then the pocket is going to be colorful as well, and it's going to kind of continue the blue curve from the body piece to the pocket, just to make it look a little more cohesive. I'm going to do piping on here, and I also want to do for this like a little handle. I don't even know what it's called, but it kind of holds the handles together so they're not separate, because this bag is going to be kind of big, more like, I don't know if it's big enough for a duffel bag, but it's definitely big enough for like travel and overnight clothes and stuff like that. So it's more on the bigger side, so I wanted to add that design element in there. And this sketch is just so dope. I went through a couple iterations of this design though. I didn't save any of the other ones, but this is how the back is gonna look. So cool. I love it so much. I can tell you right now, I'm gonna love this. It's giving me like a really childlike, playful vibe, like just really fun. Nothing serious or anything like that. So this is the sketch. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the test piece and how that came out. All right, so this is the test piece and kind of how it came out. Ignore the little pencil linings right there. It's from me marking out the placements where the curves had to hit, but this is essentially kind of what it's looking like. So we have the colorful curved pieces, we have this front pocket. I didn't add the piping or bias binding or anything like that around the edges, just because I just wanted to keep the pattern testing simple. Has my name tag on there, which is at the bottom, and again, it looks really different because it's uninterfaced denim. It's not stiff, it has no structure, no shape, no nothing. So I really just wanted to get a general overall view of what the size and shape of the bag is going to be like. So This is the rolled handle. I only did it on the front. I did not put one on the back. And again, the back is going to have rolled handle, and then I'm gonna put the little connector on there. So yeah, this is really what the test piece is looking like. It's kind of big, honestly, which I'm not mad about. I'm glad that it's big. I've been wanting to kind of do a bigger style bag for a while, and I haven't done one in a while, so it's gonna be really cool. So again, like I said, today I'm starting pre-production. So that's all I'm doing is cutting out embroidery, all of that good stuff. And yesterday I went to the store to get the colors that I'm gonna be using. So this is canvas. If you know, I like to use canvas if I wanna get really cool colors and things like that. So we have the yellow, we have the red, we have the orange, and then we have the blue, which I'm glad I went when I went because this was the last of the blue and it was barely that much. It was just enough for me to do this project. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out my pattern pieces today. And for the curves on these, I'll get into that, you know, once I actually have to go into production. But I'm gonna start cutting out my pattern pieces, and I don't know if I'm even gonna film that just because cutting out while filming is a little annoying, but I may film a little bit of it, not too much. But if I do, you'll see that in the next clip. And if not, then you'll just probably hear me explaining more stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna start cutting this out, and that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so today I'm finally starting production. I didn't film too much of the pre-production process. I just filmed a little bit of it. But it's like, what, 3 or 4 days later. It took me a really long time to get through it. So many pattern pieces for this design. And I'm also moving a little bit slower because I just want to take my time. So I have all of my little overlaying pieces cut out, hemmed, and all that good stuff. As you can see on the back side, I have everything hemmed. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start putting the overlaying piece on, because that's kind of the first thing I have to do. And I made a template. Just again, I love making templates just to make sure everything is gonna hit in the right spot. So I have the templates. I'm gonna go ahead and then chalk the outlining piece where I want my overlay to be, and then go ahead, take that off, connect the lines, and then use that guideline to line up where everything is supposed to hit. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. And I also have a template piece for the pocket as well, because I have that little overlaying piece on the pocket that's gonna be there to kind of finish off this, because this pocket's kind of going to cover this one. So I have this overlaying piece to kind of finish up that piece. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the pocket, put this on there, dot the lines, take it off, and then have guidelines. So that's what I'm about to do, and that's what we're going to start on. So let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and sewed up the front and back pieces, and they look so dope. Like, look at this. This is so cool. Hold on, let me brighten this up. It looks so dark right now, but these look so amazing. I love the color on this. It's definitely a fun little piece, and it's just so colorful and playful. So you have the front and the back pieces on those, and I also did it for the other ones as well. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to start sewing together the pockets, and I also did the overlaying piece on the pocket as well. So for the pocket, I'm going to do a piping around the edge in this dark blue canvas denim. not canvas denim, dark blue canvas, and then the gusset is going to be the medium blue denim. A lot of color blocking going on because the flap is going to be orange as well, so it's going to be a lot of different colors, but it'll all tie in together and look really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and start constructing the pockets, and hopefully it don't take me too long. The last time I did 3D gusset pockets, it took me a really long time, and I did those on the messenger bag. Took forever, I think like 4 or 5 hours just to do 4 pockets. So I'm only doing 2 and they're a lot smaller, so hopefully it's not too bad. But let's go ahead and start sewing up these pockets. So let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and sewed up both of the pockets and they look really good. As you can see, this is the curve piece that I was talking about that's going to finish off the curve on the front exterior of the bag. So both of the pockets are done. I went ahead and top stitched them as well. This is what the inside, the back side is looking like. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my front pieces, and I have my template. Again, I love making templates for everything. So on my template, I made an outline for the pocket, my name tag, and where the handles are going to hit as well. I've really been getting into using templates for all of my pieces lately because it just makes it to where everything is where it's supposed to be hitting at, because I take all my measurements on the paper. So everything's hitting exactly where it's supposed to be at. It's cohesive all the way throughout the bag, and it just has been working amazing for me with my designs lately. So I'm going to go ahead, take the pattern piece, put it on top, mark out where the actual pocket's gonna be, and then go ahead and sew that on. And I also might do my name tag as well in the same clip. So I'm gonna go ahead, attach the pockets. Hopefully it's not too crazy. I tried this technique last time for my messenger bags when I did 3D gusset pockets last, and it worked pretty good. So I don't think I'm not too worried about it working. So we're gonna see how this goes, but that's what I'm about to do. So let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and attached the front pockets, put the flaps on, and I also put my name tags on. And sewing on these name tags was definitely a challenge. I seam ripped this one. I just finished sewing this one on. I seam ripped it, I think 4 times just to make sure it was aligned straight. I was getting really frustrated, so it was kind of a difficult task sewing the nameplates on, which normally never happens. I did interface them a different way, so that could be why. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do, as you can see, I have the outlines for where my handles are going to hit on the bag. So we have the line mark right there and the line mark right there. So these are the handles. I'm doing rolled handles on these, and I interface these a different way as well, just because I want them to be a stiffer feel, to have a nice higher quality. And I also use double-sided tape to kind of hold this hem down, and I hemmed it back a little bit further so that when I fold it over, this seam doesn't kind of go over. It kind of stays under out. That's not making sense. You'll kind of be able to see once everything's done. So I'm going to go ahead and sew up these rolled handles, attach those on. That's probably going to be it for what I'm going to do today, just because it's pretty late. So I'm going to start these rolled handles. Hope it's not too difficult to sew, again, because I interface it a different way. So let's start doing that. Alright, so it's the next day and I went ahead and finished up all of the handles, and the quality feels so good on these. And honestly, sewing these wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be kind of difficult because it's really thick. And every time I said this, I think in a few videos back, every time I question my machine and if it's gonna sew through something, it works perfectly fine. There's no issues. So this is what it's looking like. I don't know if you can see the stitching, but it came out really good. So I decided actually what I was gonna do before I attached the handles was I'm going to do the piping along the exterior of the bag. So I have my pieces for the piping cut out, and the piping that I'm doing on this bag is a little bit thicker than the regular piping that I normally do because this bag is bigger, and I thought a thicker piping would just look a little bit more better around the whole bag. So this is a little thicker. This is actually cording. I think cording and piping is the same thing. I don't know, but I'm gonna try this one. Hopefully it gives the thickness that I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing up this piping and then attaching that to the bag, and then I'll put the handles on, just because I didn't want the handles to be in the way while I'm trying to sew the piping on. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do, and let's do that. All right, so it's been several hours later, and attaching these handles was, it wasn't tricky. It was just really frustrating and a little difficult because I used double-sided tape to kind of tack the handles down on the ends just to keep them attached to the piece, but they kept moving around and sliding, so they were becoming disproportionate and crooked, and I kept having to seam rip. On one of them, I seam ripped it, I think about 8 times to try to get it as straight as possible, and it still wasn't completely straight, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just not meant to be that straight. So I have the handles attached. They look really cool. I even put the rivets on. I did a double rivet. When I first designed it, I did a single rivet, but I didn't like how much extra space it was around it, so I did 2. So this is the back, and then this is the front. Looks so dope. And I was almost contemplating taking the front pocket off on this design, but I think I'm really just overthinking it too much because I was like, I feel like it kind of just throws something off, but I think I'm overthinking it. I need to see everything completely done. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do, since I did my front and back exteriors, is I already prepped my zippers. So I'm gonna start on the zipper panel and the bottom gusset. So this is a zipper that I'm gonna use. It's like a dark navy blue with an antique brass coil, and it's gonna be a double zip feature. And then I'm also going to prep my bottom gussets. So with the gussets, what I'm gonna do is I'm doing a bottom support on here, and I'm gonna put 4 purse feet, or I might do 5. I'm gonna use the antique brass flat purse feet. I'm gonna put the bottom support on, and then I also have these that are gonna go on the ends. I just thought this would be a nice little detail on the bag, just to have it on the ends. And then the strap connectors. So with the strap connectors, I know I said in my last videos I don't like using D-rings, but I don't know why. I really felt a strong urge to use D-rings, so I ordered some for this project. So these are the antique brass D-rings. They don't look like the regular ones. The place where I get my hardware from, they kind of have a different shape, but I'm really kind of feeling this shape for it. And when I attach these, I'm gonna have them kind of attached off, sewn into the seam to the side like this, because I was thinking about having it in the center, but that's where the zipper is going to be, and it's going to be way too thick. So I'm going to have it attached off to the side like that, and I might add a rivet on there. I don't know. I'll think about that once the time comes. This is a really colorful bag, and I'm really kind of feeling this right now. Like, this is a really playful bag, like almost clownery type stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that, and that's what I'm about to do. All right, so it is the next day. Last night, I was gonna go ahead and finish off these zipper panels, but I decided to stop for the night and then finish the rest today. And I'm so glad I did, because I was so frustrated last night because I was just a little burnt out, and I knew it was time for me to stop. So that's the reason why I really just waited to finish off the zipper panels today. But I finished them off, everything's done. So as you can see, it has a zipper. I put the D-rings in, and this is what I meant when I said I was gonna put the D-rings kind of on the side. Did I say that? I feel like I kind of talked about it, I don't remember, but I had the D-ring kind of off to the side because I didn't want to put it in the center. So it has it on the side on this, and then on the side on that one as well. Wait, are these on? Okay, no, they're on the different sides. I was gonna say I think I messed up, but it has that. And then I also have the bottom support with the purse feet. I did 5 purse feet instead of 4, just because, again, I like putting 5 because I feel like if you just put 4, the outer corners are protected, but the center will kind of sag in and then scrape against surfaces. So I did the 5 just to make it even. I have the lining attached and everything. So the zipper panels are done, which I am so glad that I have that out of the way. So now what I'm about to go ahead and start on is the lining. So for the interior, I'm doing a orange. It is a waterproof canvas, and I'm going to do a zipper pocket and a slip pocket on these. And for the zipper, I'm gonna do a red just because I think the red pops really nicely against the orange. And then I have my name tags. This is the orange color that I'm going with for my name. And I really think that's it. So yeah, for the, again, zipper pocket, slip pocket, I'm gonna do a divided slip pocket. So I'm actually going to add a stitch down the center, so it's 2 separate pockets in one. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the bag's kind of big, so the slip pocket, it would be too big almost if it was just one. So I like to divide it up and make it 2 pockets. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the lining, sewing that up, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and basted on the lining pieces to the front and back exterior. So this is the back piece. This, you can see, has a zipper pocket back there, my interior logo, and that's basted on. And then this is, oops, I'm dropping stuff. The front piece, you see, looks nice, and then it's gonna have the slip pocket, the divided slip pocket on this side. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is sew the actual zipper gusset and actual bottom gusset to the front and back exteriors of these. And the way that I interfaced my fabric, I did it a little bit different just so it wasn't so thick in the areas that I'm gonna have to sew through, because I do have to sew through a lot of stuff. So I kind of moved the interfacing out of the seams a lot more. Well, I normally don't fuse my interfacing in the seams, but I made sure that I had plenty enough room around my seams so that the interfacing isn't in the way, so it's not bulky. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew that on. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy, especially with this piping. This is my first time using this thicker piping, so hopefully everything works good. We'll see, but yeah, that's what I'm about to do. So let's do that. All right, so it's the next day, and I just wanted to check in and say that sewing these gussets on kicked my ass, okay? Like, it was definitely a lot more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. And I only did this one yesterday. I still have to do the other one, but this one was so difficult that yesterday I had to just stop and give myself the break, because wow, I just yeah. And I really want to check in and let you know how difficult it was, because I know in the video or the last clips it probably didn't look that difficult because you just see a sped up version, but I was really struggling. So I'm gonna go ahead, sew this last one up, which I really don't want to do, but I gotta do it. So I'll check back in once that's done. All right, so hours later, I finally have the bag sewn together and the bias binding around the raw edges. And the bias binding is kind of my bias binding is never really perfect. I'm still, every time I do bias binding, I'm trying new techniques to try to make it a little bit better or make it easier to do. It is still something that I'm not the best at. But now what I have to do is turn these bags right side out, and I'm kind of nervous because I feel like the piping on this, I got a little bit of some sneak peeks. It's a little wonky-esque. I hope it doesn't look bad once I flip it all the way out, because it's going to be 100% noticeable, considering that it is a really bright yellow against, it's just a really contrasting color. So I'm really nervous to see how this actually is going to look once everything's turned out. So I'm about to flip these right side out. It might be a little difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad considering these are bigger bags, but that's what I'm about to do. So let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and turned the bags right side out. This is what one of them is looking like. This is the only one out of the two that I made that came out decent. Honestly, when I flipped it right side out, the piping on this one doesn't look that bad. It's really not, I will not say it's my best piping. There are a few things with this design that I will say I'm not the happiest with. I could press this bag a little bit more, you know, to make it the best that it can be, but this is how it's looking so far. I'm still really happy with how it's turning out. So one thing I don't like though about doing zipper gusset sometimes is that they do this. I don't know why. I wish it didn't do that though, but this is zipper gusset. This is the back of the bag right now, and then this is the side view. So I don't know, I'm not the happiest with how it's looking right now. Maybe it just has to grow on me a little bit. That happens sometimes. But the other one, I don't like how the piping came out, so I'm not even going to end up selling that one. I'll show that one later on and talk about it. But now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I have all of the, well, not all of the two straps that I'm going to make for these already prepped. So I'm doing crossbodies. Not, well, are they crossbody? I guess you can call them crossbody straps. It's going to be a long strap that you can adjust to take on or off. So I have to sew these up, attach the swivel hooks, and then the strap adjuster hardware. And then I also, for the bags, want to do like a little connector on the handle that you can snap to keep them together so that they're not just flopping all over the place. So I'm gonna do that as well. And those are the last two things that I need to do, and then these bags are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on these straps and do all that stuff, and yeah, hopefully they grow on me. So yeah. Alright, so it has now been literally almost a full week since I've last filmed anything regarding to this project for this video. So everything's done. I'm dropping these bags tomorrow. It is currently March 23rd. So I'm dropping them tomorrow, March 24th. I have everything ready. I've been working this whole week pretty much since I last filmed, getting everything ready, photos, editing, just all the business side of things ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the bags, talk about them, and I'm also gonna show the one that I messed up on so y'all can kind of see the mistakes that I made and why I won't be selling that one. So let's do that. So this is the one that came out so beautiful. I literally love this bag so much, and at first I even kind of talked about it in the video. I really wasn't feeling how it was looking. And I think it's because it was a few flaws. Even with this one, there's a few minor flaws with this bag. But honestly, the more that I set with this bag over the time, it's grew on me every single day. And also the meaning behind it and the inspiration behind the design also makes me fall in love with this bag so much more. So this is the one that came out that I like. So this is the same bag. I showed it in my intro and you've seen it throughout the video, so I don't really have to do too much talking, but it came out so dope. I love it. This is the adjustable strap that you can take off or leave on. Loving the antique brass hardware on this, and I'm so glad that I decided to put the strap connector off to the side. I just kind of like that look. I don't know why. And then the bottom of the purse feet looks so good. I love this. And it also makes a sound too, like, I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it makes it sound so dope. And then we have the little rolled handle connector to keep the rolled handles together. And I should have made this maybe a little smaller. When I first did it, I added an additional 2 inches because the first one that I did was too small. I probably should have only added an additional inch. What did I just drop? I probably only should have added an additional inch, but I mean, it's fine. It's just to keep them together so it doesn't, you know, the handles don't fall forward and back. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the inside. And then I did the navy blue zipper tape with the antique brass coil on here, and the interior of this bag looks like this. It has the red zipper pocket back there with my interior logo, waterproof interior, and then it also has the divided slip pocket on this side. So it has this section right here, and it has that section, and it has a center compartment. So this bag came out really dope, and I'll also show you kind of what it looks like standing up so you can kind of get an idea. Ooh, ow, I just scratched myself on this freaking machine. That kind of hurt it, honestly. So this is kind of what it looks like on body, which it does not match my outfit. Every time I go to show a bag, it never matches any of my outfits, but this is kind of what it looks like. You can wear it like this, you can hold it by the handle, hold it down here, or again, it has the strap that you can put on so you can wear it. Again, this is what I'm talking about, why it's best to have one of these on here, because it's going to make this just so much easier. So you can wear it like this, or you could put it on your body, crossbody, which is so dope. So this is a really good bag, I feel like, for travel, a diaper bag. It could be a work bag, even though I feel like this is really a colorful bag and too playful for a work environment. But I feel like it could be a really good diaper bag or traveling. I feel like it would be amazing for travel, vacationing, all that type of stuff. And this is a really good bag for the summer because of the colors. So it's super dope. I love it. And it's really big. I mean, it's not crazy big, but it's definitely one of probably, I think this is like one of the bigger bags, one of the more bigger bags that I'm selling, because I don't really make big bags too often because they're always more expensive, shipping's more expensive, and they just take a lot longer to sell. But it came out really dope. Now this is the one that is a little bit messed up, so I'm gonna show you where I messed up so that y'all can see that not everything is always perfect, which none of my stuff ever is really perfect, to be honest, at least 100% perfect. But I don't know if you can see, I'm pretty sure you can on camera, it's like puckering the fabric, and it's just like wonky looking even on the canvas a little bit, and there's quite a bit of puckering on the piping. I don't know if you can see, it's quite a bit of puckering on here, and then the front of the bag is kind of puckered and pulling forward because of the flap. I don't know what happened. I think I might have sewed it too high up, but the flap is kind of pulling the fabric a little bit, so I guess when I sewed it, it kind of created this weird pucker in the front. That's just my guess on why it's doing it. I don't like that. And then the back, it's a little bit of puckering on the piping as well. It's not a major flaw, but it's just like, if I'm gonna be selling this bag for the price point that it's gonna be sold at, I don't feel comfortable selling this. And in the interior of this bag, I think there were a few scuff marks on it, which you probably won't even be able to see on camera because it's kind of hard to see in here, but it's really minor flaws, but it bothers me, and I wouldn't feel very comfortable and just confident in my work if someone were to spend the price that this is going to be on this and get this in the mail. I just don't feel like it's my best or the best that it could be. So I'm just not even going to sell this one. I'm going to keep it and archive it, which kind of sucks because I did work hard to make it, materials, but that happens sometimes, and I really would rather archive it than sacrifice the quality that a customer is going to be getting. So even though the bag is really good quality, it's just like those minor things. I don't know, I might even raffle it off. That could be a potential thing that I do, raffling it off. Or who knows, I may send it out to somebody who may even want to use it. I might use it for some photos. I don't know, it could just be that. But this one came out really dope, so I'm not mad at all. I at least get to sell one of them and someone gets to have it. So this bag is going to be retailing on my website for $875. It is my most expensive piece that I've ever sold. The most expensive bag that I've ever sold on my site has been $550. This is like a $300 jump. So this is the $875 bag, but guess what? It's really big. The quality is amazing. I really wish you could feel it through the screen. The quality is so dope. and it is worth the price, definitely. So $875, and I would rate this project difficulty wise. Oh, this one was definitely a challenge. Oh my gosh, sewing these gussets on, just dealing with the pocket, dealing with my name tag, sewing it on straight, the hand. I would give this project about like a 8.5, 9 out of 10 difficulty wise, just because, yeah, there was a lot of parts on this piece where I was like, I don't want to do this. I just want it, because it was just difficult. It was definitely a difficult project, but it came out so dope. So yeah, again, I would give it about an 8.5, 9 difficulty wise. But yes, that is all that I have today for this video. I thank you guys if you watched all the way up until this point, which is the end. And yeah, make sure you comment down below, let me know what you think about this piece. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification and like this video so that you can be notified whenever I do upload my new stuff, because I'm going to be uploading all of my new projects that I have been that I'm going to be working on or have been working on. They're all up. So really excited about that, and you know, I'm just super excited. The bag came out dope. Everything's been working out pretty cool. So make sure you follow all of my social medias as well. I will have some of those linked down below in the description box. Same thing for my website. That's going to be down there in the description box as well if you do want to buy this bag. Depending on when you're watching this, it may or may not be up. But yeah, that's really it. It's all that I have today, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Deuces.